live in a wonderful world. It's full of beauty, charm, and adventure. There is no end to the adventures we can have if only we seek them with our eyes open. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Given a choice, which country would you prefer to travel? India. Italy. Thank you. Back in July 2008, I got a chance to visit UK for the first time. On landing in London Heathrow Terminal 5, two of my colleagues and myself dragged our cabin baggage, soaking in the ambience of Terminal 5. When we went to collect our main baggage, my colleagues got their baggages on time. Even while the baggages of later flights started arriving, there was no clue about my baggage. 30 minutes passed by, the ambience started fading. An hour passed by, I could visualize 10 kgs of spicy Indian food drifting away from me. After 2 hours, there was still no clue about my baggage. I headed to the missing baggage counter, registered a complaint, and headed towards my destination, Swindon in Wiltshire County. I had to follow up regularly with the customer service center of the airlines. A quick call to the travel insurance agent in Bangalore, and the progress wasn't very promising. Then I found out that as per the regulation of the airlines, a baggage is declared as lost only after 45 days of the complaint being logged. 50 days passed by and I did not get my baggage. Then came the time I had to list out the contents of the baggage with the value of the items. Exceptions, no electronic goods and no perishable items. I thought out a well-crafted list, keeping in mind the ordeal of the last 50 days. Surprisingly, I got the compensation check in just 3 working days. It is important and sensible to be aware of the rules and regulations of an airline when we travel abroad. Also, a bit of online research and interaction with people can always be handy when we travel abroad. Most people in UK are courteous when it comes to mannerisms in public. They pave way for people coming in opposite direction when the pavement is narrow. And when reciprocated, they acknowledge it with a cheers or thumbs up. And if they are passing through an entrance or a door, they make it a point to hold the door for people following them. Few of us follow these gestures as part of a corporate culture, but there is still a lot of scope to narrow this down in our public domain. Most impressive gesture is when a pedestrian is crossing the road. Even if it is a lone pedestrian, the driver of the car stops and signals to move with a smile most times. And quite befittingly, the pedestrian acknowledges it with a thumbs up. Similar etiquettes are followed by using public transport. A queue is usually followed. The driver issues the tickets. Manners imply exchange of pleasantries with the driver. And as one approaches their stop, they press on the buttons on the support poles that lights up the stopping sign with a single chime. And they bid goodbye to the driver by saying thank you. In my opinion, we should be considerate to the pedestrians on the road and a bit more courteous to the drivers of our public transport. After all, they do a commendable job in spite of the challenging traffic conditions. I always wondered how Toastmasters meeting would be in such a tradition-rich country. Googled the nearest Toastmasters club, Thames Down Speakers Club in Swindon. A minute to the Vice President Education, Jenny Harper, and the reply was a very warm welcome, as with any Toastmasters club in the world. On the day of the meeting, I was a bit apprehensive. A foreign club, what to expect? I reached the place on time. I met up a few members. They were excited to have a Toastmaster from India. The meeting was conducted around a round table with a lectern at one end. It was customary for the guests to introduce themselves, and everyone noted down their names. Most of the guests were new to the country and looking to overcome the fear of public speaking. The first session was the table topic session. What was different was the president gives a very quick feedback on each and every speaker. The remaining was similar to our meetings with the prepared speak session and the ever-important evaluation session. Demographics is a major factor as to how Toastmasters meetings function in different parts of the world. Nevertheless, the support and encouragement extended to all those willing to excel in public speaking remains the same. Every experience in a new country helps us grow as a person, makes us anew and aware of cultural differences. Appreciate the value of a foreign culture and also acknowledge the uniqueness of our culture. Some of these experiences help us shed our inhibitions. Next time you get an opportunity to explore a country, go all out and have an adventure of your own, Mr. Toastmaster.